nigga got those singles, so they wanna hang with us. Yo nigga looking so shitty, he fucking with that ain't can't get up. No bus stop, nigga, I like to hit you. Truck stop, nigga, fuck all that things that you have. Like you wanna hang with us, damn man, that bitch worse than hey, I was riding around with the young nigga blicky. Kidnapping me cause the tongue got me flying and switch. Right nigga lose their life, cause they be with the distance. You a whole bitch, your homie the shooting and you just the witness.
That probably take TNT on the beat.
Yo. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? As you guys come in, hit the like button. You know we do.
My nigga got those singles, so they wanna hang with us. Yo nigga looking so shitty, he fucking with that ain't can't get up. No bus stop, nigga, I like to hit you. Truck stop, nigga, fuck all that things that do hands. Like grip on the Remy, she not a damn man, that bitch worse than hey, I was riding around with the young nigga blicky. Kidnapping me cause the tongue got me flying and switch. Right nigga lose their life, cause they be with the distance. You a whole bitch, your homie the shooting and you just the witness. You know when I pop out, I bring the stitch. I catch her up, I'ma shoot till he finish. She bet with you, bitch, stay the fuck out my business. Say you get this number, that look, or you trippin'. Chasing the bag, I be young. I don't want your hoe to be honest. I put the food in your stomach. Sent to take it back if I want it. I tell my shoes, get up on your ass. You nigga this and you won't get a pass. But every dick and you in the past. Hey, no 30 shot, I keep a 50 shot. Yeah, I used to post up at Kitty Cop. I went to war with plenty ops. I was the one who said fuck it, they do it out any cop. I was the one who said fuck it, they fight no more. Cause they on air block. You be the type of niggas out here loving these hoes. That's like an air cop. Hey, the glizzy you came with a red dot. Hey, fuck with the ops, you catch a headshot.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I'll be with you in 1 second.
Yo, got those singles, so they wanna hang with us. Yo nigga looking so shitty, he fucking with that ain't can't get up. No bus stop, nigga, I like to hit you. Truck stop, nigga, fuck all that things.
Yeah, we get ready for another thing. What's going on, everybody, man? Let me put this on Twitter. We have a conversation today. Your boy been sick, man, but I'm back with it now, though, baby. Working.
You a whole bitch, your homie the shooting and you just the witness. Bitch, I'm from Black World, bees up. Disrespect you gon' meet, I'm gon' need a gun. Fuck Jesus, don't grab a gun if you gon' freeze up. Fuck a Jolly Rancher, Sunny sippin' before dropped in the lead up. Now roll on me, nigga, fuck a wallet, I don't carry visa. Big bitch went in my pocket, I beat her. Hit the hoe for with the odds, I'ma treat her. Be ready to buy she a deal. But ladies, bet me the Glock, I'ma leave her. Cause got a gang, nothing but killers. They live to your bitches, he slaughter you niggas. 84 fat double trigger. And the chest for the niggas who shot up. And the party act crazy, my Glock up. Fuckin' watch every nigga who know it up. I can see him at Westbrook to dog him up. Police see it, ask me like who shot you up. Ain't tellin' so they can just line me up. Ain't selling my soul for $100. That's $100,000, that's not enough. Cause I came from, make it to the top. And can't nobody stop me. This shit stop. Same nigga with me at the bar, same nigga I told
City, so they wanna hang with us.
Yo nigga looking so shitty,
You can't get up.
no bus stop, nigga, I like to hit you. Truck stop, nigga, fuck all that thing. Get her hands like grip on the Remy, she not a damn man, that bitch worse than hey, I was riding around with the young nigga blicky. Kidnapping me cause the tongue got me flying and switch. Right nigga lose their life, cause they be with the distance. You a whole bitch, your homie the shooting and you just the witness.
Put this on Twitter. Yup. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. We're gonna have a conversation today. And if them going to Twitter, me on Twitch, man. I'm back. Your boy been sick, man. Pneumonia, man. Anything, man. Back, man. Back.
TNT on the beat.
Alright, let me see.
Monica got those cities, so they wanna hang with us. Yo, nigga looking so shitty, he phony, said they can't get up. No bus stop, nigga, I ride the Henry, truck stop, nigga, fuck all that thing. Give her hands, like grip on the rim, she knocked it down, man, that bitch worse than me. Hey, I was riding around with the young nigga Biggie. Kidnap him and cut his tongue, got we found his snitches. Bird nigga lose his life, cause they be with the distance. You a whole bitch, your homie shoot and use the wings. You know when I pop out, bring the stitch. I catch a pop on the shoes and finish. You better you bitch, say the fuck my bitch. You get this number that hood, you trippin'. Chasing the baby, I don't want your hoe to be honest. I put the food in your stomach. Sent to take back if I want it. I tell my shit to get up on your ass. You nigga this and you won't get a pass. But ridiculously, you in the past. Hey, no 30 shot, keep a 50 shot. Yeah, I used to post up a kitty cop. I went to war with plenty. I was the one who said fuck it, they do it out any cop. I was the one who said fuck it, they fight no more. Cause they on hair block. You be the type of niggas that are loving these hoes. That's like an air cop. Hey.
When it's down a little bit. Yo, we have a conversation today. Yeah. Hold on, let me shout you guys out in the chat first, like I always do, man. You know what I mean? But I want to have a sensible conversation, no fanboy stuff, right? I ain't gonna try to flame the fanboy Abdul Rahim Salim, whoever that is. I accept it. Jeffrey Maxwell, whoever you are, I accept it. Hold up, somebody just dropped something in the chat, man. Maybe going back in the chat now. I can see anything. I can see anything now. Now I see, man. I was once blind, but now my eyes are clear. But they're like, listen. So anyway, hold on. So anyway, so it's rumored. Not more or less, more than rumored, more or less. Sony's going to have the more powerful. I mean, Microsoft most likely may have the more powerful console next generation. I'm gonna be honest with you. It probably wouldn't even matter. I mean, a lot of things can change between now and next generation. It's nowhere written in stone that Sony again will be the market leader. I'm just talking about when it comes to talent and when it comes to what each company, whether it's Micro, can get out of their own hardware. I'll give you an example. Gears of War 5 looked amazing, right? It did. Looked good. Looks better than 4. But look at what Naughty Dog was able to do between Uncharted 4 until The Last of Us 2. That's a huge leap. Huge leap. Like I said, between Uncharted 4 and The Last of Us 2. A huge leap. You know what I mean? Let me make this here, make this small. A huge leap. You know what I mean? And again, Gears of War 5. I guess we're gonna make that Microsoft their graphical showpiece. Looks good. Gears of War 5 looks amazing. You know what I mean? But what they showed again was on PC, and even Rod Ferguson said that this game was built from the ground for the PC for 4K 60, not the X, and it's the difference. It's built from the ground up to take, you know, for PC and then the Xbox and wherever else. I mean, and Sony doesn't have that issue. Everything they develop is from the ground before their hardware, their console. No, hold on one second. For their console, for their own hardware. Well, got so many damn groups, Facebook groups. Done. I ain't doing no more. Get back to my chat. So actually, am I too loud? So many damn groups, Facebook groups. We good. So anyway, so as I was saying, yeah, and again, you look at a game like this. Is it blurry on your side? Does it see? It's kind of blurry on my end. Shouldn't be. Let me look. It looks kind of blurry. Hold on, let me see if it looks kind of blurry. I have to clear it up a little. I'm just trying to see how it looks. Oh, it looks good. We good. So anyway, you know, again, like I said, this here is I got mine in 240p. That's why. Oh, I'm looking at it in real time. Looks good. So again, when they showed this game here, Ghost of Tsushima 4. I'm sorry, Ghost of Tsushima. A lot of people were saying, you know, shout out to D. I haven't spoken to D in a minute. D be getting hot and low. That this got to be PlayStation 5 hardware. Now you see, like I said, Digital Foundry just did their whole tech analysis on it and confirmed to be running on a PlayStation 4 Pro. Even though Sony said this at E3, that it was running on, everything was running on the PS4 Pro. People say, no way in hell, that got to be a cross-gen title. This has to be running on a PlayStation 5. But, and again, here's the technical breakdown. And so like I said, it's not going to matter next generation. Microsoft can probably have the power of the 4 Titans in the cloud. It still won't matter. And this is just my opinion. Sony is just better at making getting all of the juice, you know what I mean, in their hardware, you know what I mean? If that makes any sense. It doesn't make any sense. So it doesn't. And listen, I listen. Forget all the damage control. Like I said, we got to call a spade, and be honest. And the damage control, like you know, it got to stop. No, it does. Actually, it doesn't have to stop because it makes for good videos, makes for good entertainment. It is what it is. You know what I mean? But sometimes when they come out and make these outlandish claims, I mean, sometimes listen. You always gotta say, why you always let them overtalk? Look at that, brutal. Why do you let them? Why you let them overtalk you on BGST different shows? And stuff? I let them. I like I said, I tell them everything you say can and will be used against you in the later show. You know what I mean? So going to next generation. Say next generation starts. Most likely it's gonna be next year, soon, and then damn it's already here. And I've always said this, like you know, as the generation goes on towards the end of the generation, you know what I mean? Developers learn how to get all of the juice out of the console. And this right here looks great. Like, you think, look at this game. We don't need a new generation. You know what I mean? He said, X-Aerial base, but the games of Sony looks great, but it's too slow. They sacrifice gameplay for graphics. Bore. Now, hey, shout out, this is my brother, Dragon Ball. And this is where I gotta question your integrity, man. You know what I mean? They sacrifice graphics for gameplay. I don't think gameplay was sacrificed in God of War. I truly love Beyond, Detroit Become Human. You know what I mean? Uncharted, another one. The Last of Us. But could the same thing be said for State of Decay 2? Could the same thing be said for Sea of Thieves? You know? Could the same thing be said for Recore? You see where I'm going with this? You know what I mean? Can the same thing be said for Recore? No. Because the game was slow, God of War was slow. So I guess Sea of Thieves is fast. Nah. Listen, hold on, let me tell you, my man said, Zaire, you should make these claims. No, listen. I don't have a problem calling out Sony. I mean, anyone. You know, God of War has always been my favorite game. This is not nothing new. If you've been rocking out me for a minute, I've always said that God of War was my favorite game. You know what I mean? My most like I don't like Halo. I'm a huge God of War fan. My favorite franchise from Microsoft is Gears of War. I've said this numerous times. You know what I mean? And so that's not the case. You know what I mean? I just, like you said, prefer, like I said, well, you know, the ecosystem of Microsoft's console better than Sony. My friends are there. That's where I've been used to playing. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I don't make no disclaimer about that. You know what I mean? You know, but I don't mind. Again, I don't mind. Now you said Gears of War is faster. Of course, it's an online multiplayer game. Same thing can be said for The Last of Us multiplayer. That's not slow at all. Like I ain't gonna lie. I just started trying to play The Last of Us and the Uncharted online. You know what I mean? Those just listen. It ain't easy. But it ain't easy. You know what I mean? You got Spider-Man. Spider-Man ain't slow. Forget about Spider-Man. Then you got The Last of Us 2. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So it ain't gonna matter. It's not gonna matter. So I think there's an article on N4G. And PlayStation Yoshida said AAA titles feel too big to fail. I mean, they really doubled down on. They're really doubling down on this shit here. It feels too big to fail. You know what I mean? What does he mean by that? So it's been 10 years since NBC first interviewed Yoshida in his new role as president of PlayStation Worldwide Studios, a decade on, and he cemented in his position as a true industry legend. And I think it might have been in this article here. If not, I do stand corrected. But it may not. No. It wasn't with NBC. I think it was with Game Informer or something like that, or IGN. When he said they released 10 PlayStation exclusives, only 3 of them would make money. You know what I mean? I don't think that. I think that kind of turned around this generation because everything that Sony more or less exclusively bought from them has sold pretty well. More or less. I don't know about the numbers that last of me. Little Big Planet 3, but everything else may have, you know, what I mean, sold pretty well. Even you take Ratchet and Clank. I just read an article the other day that was the most successful IP from Insomniac. Crazy as hell. That, you know, that last Ratchet and Clank, that was the most successful game that they've ever released in. To be making games. You know what I mean? So with this right here, and that's why again I give Sony so much credit. Same reason why I gave Microsoft so much credit last generation, because Sony really climbed out of a hole. You know what I mean? At the start of the generation, you know what I mean? I used to tease them from having off the shelf parts and selling buildings and fax machines, all that shit to keep the lights on, right? But it didn't matter. It didn't matter at the end of the day. You know what I mean? It didn't matter. You know what I mean? Because again, I wish Microsoft would have done the same thing. Well, with Microsoft would have let the Xbox division do the same thing. Is that they doubled down on themselves. You know what I mean? They bet on themselves. So, you know, because you had Xbox fanboys saying, you know, fans, I'm going to call him a fanboy. Well, they had to get the Xbox X out. Now they can focus on the game. Where here Sony gave us the Pro, the Slim, you know, PlayStation VR, still did theme console, still did third-party deals. Microsoft did nothing. They just sat back and sat on their hands. Did nothing, you know? For the last 2.5 to 3 years, we got games from like Brutal Vince and Phantom Dust with the original assets, and Scalebound got canceled, Fable Legends got, like, you know what I mean? Like, come on, you know? So, and again, I'm not, well, if you say, well, you got to give Microsoft, I don't have to give them anything. I don't have to give them a goddamn thing. This is business. They're not some indie company. You know what I mean? Hold on. My man said the narrative has now changed. Now it's about better developers. Get the fuck out of here, Z. Wait. Calm down. Let's have a conversation about this. The narrative has never changed. It's always been about games. And for the first 3.5 years, Sony didn't have shit. You heard me on this microphone. If you're new here, you're not. Made fun of them for the lack of quality. How you say AAA exclusives. I have. So my narrative has not changed. You know, they had Knack, Killzone, Bloodborne was huge for them, and The Last of Us remastered until they dropped Uncharted and Horizon. Even Sony bosses themselves said that their this shit was sparse. Kudos. Then they also had the slogan "Greatness Awakened." My God, my God, my God. But then Microsoft, you can see, you know, all this is subjective. They had, you know, at the time, you know, Rise, Sunset Overdrive, which I loved, Quantum Break, Gears of War, Halo 5, the Forza series, Titanfall. They had the better exclusives, you know? Cool. But here's the thing. Now Microsoft has the more powerful hardware, right? Hear me out. Look where I'm going with this. Now they have the most powerful hardware, but Sony exclusives still look better graphically. You see where I'm going with this? That's why you see the title of this show. It's rumored that the Xbox Scarlet, Xbox 2, Project Scarlet, whatever, will be more powerful than the PlayStation 5. I told you this. Well, if you knew, I heard this maybe a few years ago. When they said when it came to power, Microsoft won't be outgunned again. You know what I mean? They got kind of caught with their pants down. But it really doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Because again, you look at a game like again, Ghost of Tsushima, and it looks crazy. It looks bananas. You know what I mean? The level of detail. You know, and this is on a PlayStation 4 Pro, which is significantly less powerful than the X. And this wipes the floor with any wipes his ass with any Xbox exclusive graphically. Now, I'm not going to say this was better in terms, you say tomato, I say tomato. You make like one better than this one. We're just talking about what we're looking at. You know what I mean? So, I don't see how this narrative has changed. So, like I said, it comes to times, you know, when we have to call a spade and just be honest. Now, Microsoft did hire acquired 5 new studios. And Ninja Theory, I know they're a very talented team. Shadow, I mean, what you call it, goddamn game? You know, the game that just came out with. Nice looking game. What it went for me, maybe I tried it again, was kind of slow. Wasn't enough action and fighting in it for me. Hellblade, you know what I mean? But they are a very talented team. But I think the issue is, well, actually I know what the issue is that even when, like I said, Rob Ferguson said that the game Gears of War 5 was built from the ground up for the PC. You know, where Sony, where their exclusives are built from the ground up to take advantage of their hardware. Do I think the game will have a jump button? It don't matter. As long as the game is fun, I don't need a goddamn jump button. You know what I mean? You said the Pro is dog shit. Okay. Compared to the X, yeah. Yeah. Okay. But if the Pro is dog shit and their exclusives look better than the X, so what does that say about the X? Now, listen, to be fair, I know. To me, like, the X is the best console I've ever owned. You know, the features and what it can do, the way they look at it, I'm all about it. But when it comes to exclusive content, there's a big... Well, look at Crackdown 3. We've seen some trailers and newer trailers. Compare Crackdown 3 visually to this. You know what I mean? Hold up. Let me do this. Let me show you something.
A lot of people start out with a casual look at Route 66 and end up making it a life passion.
Now this is Digital Foundry.
Developer Sucker Punch delivered at E3 with its reveal of Ghost of Tsushima, taking us to the beautiful war-torn grasslands. Developer Sucker Punch
Shit ain't
delivered at E3 with its reveal of Ghost of Tsushima, taking us to the beautiful war-torn grasslands of 13th century Japan. Looking at its opening vista shot, you'd be forgiven for thinking this is running on future Sony hardware, a prototype PlayStation 5 spec machine perhaps. At first glance, the leak physics, particle effects and lighting look a generation ahead, and certainly it's a big stylistic jump from its previous work in infamous First Light. But as the end credit tile reveals, the demo runs on hardware you already
a different
own.
art style.
It's a PS4 Pro, and so the real surprise is the technical ingenuity going in to achieve such great results in the existing console generation.
Do I think? Whatever. Let me close this out and open it back. For whatever reason, it won't play. Hold on. That video won't play for whatever reason. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. I'm trying to play this video. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. I'm trying to play the video. Let me take it down, so. There you go.
Developer Sucker Punch delivered at E3 with its reveal of Ghost of Tsushima, taking us to the beautiful war-torn grasslands of 13th century Japan. Looking at its opening vista shot, you'd be forgiven for thinking this is running on future Sony hardware, a prototype PlayStation 5 spec machine perhaps. At first glance, the leak physics, particle effects and lighting look a generation ahead, and certainly it's a big stylistic jump from its previous work in infamous First Light. But as the end credit tile reveals, the demo runs on hardware you already own. It's a PS4 Pro, and so the real surprise is the technical ingenuity going in to achieve such great results in the existing console generation. This game's significant for PS4 in other ways too. Flip back the calendar to E3 2013, infamous Second Son is privately demoed as a launch title for the unreleased PlayStation 4. I was there to see it in a hands-off demo at Sony's press area. Next to the like of Knack and an early build of Drive Club, it was easily the best looking game shown on the system. This was a special project too. Developed in tandem with the PS4, Sucker Punch, along with many other studios, had some say in the design of the console itself.
This is what I'm saying. Look.
Indeed.
The leap from this here, and this is a nice looking game. You can tell that this couldn't be done on a PS3. Look much better than anything that we had on a PS3. To the Ghost of Tsushima is huge. And the same thing I said from Uncharted 4 to The Last of Us 2. That leap is huge. You know? I thought probably like, you know, and again, and even you say like, you know, you take a game like Horizon Zero Dawn. Very pretty game, you know what I mean? These are a step beyond that. You know? Like, this is crazy.
Lead architect Mark Cerny is understood to have visited the team many times over its development, adjusting the power profile of the PS4 and even its controller layout, with games like Infamous in mind. Certainly other developers had a say behind closed doors, but for its part, Second Son helped define how the generation kicked off. It was also one of the most technically sound games at its debut, remarkable for its beautiful particle effects, motion blur, improved facial animation, and a native 1080p presentation running at a stable 30 FPS. It's fitting then that, 5 years on, the same developer is bookending the generation with a new game, likely with an eye on the PlayStation 5 as well. Ghost of Tsushima has huge potential as a cross-gen title, but in the here and now, it's squeezing the most it can from PS4 and PS4 Pro.
Big difference.
And yes, Ghost of Tsushima stands on its own, away from Infamous's shadow. There are no waypoints, for example, and you're free to carve your own path through feudal Japan with a samurai blade. Another curious point is the lack of UI during the demo. Even button prompts are exempt. The minimalist design works wonders for the game's aesthetic, a cinematic framing that evokes some of the best films based on the same historical period. Notably, Akira Kurosawa's Ran. Those huge, billowing environments feel wider and broader, and blade-to-blade combat comes across as suitably raw and instinctive. Unlikely as it is the HUD will stay disabled come release, for the sake of authenticity, I'm hoping we're given the option to toggle it off. We have high quality 4K footage here, opening the gates to a more granular analysis. The demo in this case is running natively at a 3200 by 1800 resolution, which is again proof this is genuine PS4 Pro footage.
Oh.
After all, Infamous First Light ran on the console at 1800p as well, with a checkerboard technique to help it up to that number, mainly visible on shadows and alpha effects. Now there are similar signs of checkerboarding in this Ghost of Tsushima footage.
Now listen, and again, right? I'll stop that there. As you can see, there's a huge. Well, I'm sorry, this guy. I see your question, my man. Let me ask you a question. Hold up, because I see you asking me a few. And my man, I see it now. It's on my screen. All right, AJ August says, since Microsoft is pushing big services, do you think we're going to see a streaming box, LOL, instead of a next generation console, since they want anyone to play on Xbox? And no, you're gonna see hardware. There's always gonna be a static box, a console itself. Phil has come out and said that. Like I said, there will always be a console for the enthusiasts. And again, don't be surprised if Microsoft or Sony, I'm sorry, Nintendo or Sony follow suit. You know, there's already a rumor. My name was confirmed that for PlayStation now they're gonna let you download the games directly to the hardware. But you guys like you, me, all of us, we're gonna still go out and buy consoles day one. You know what I mean? I don't want to stream any games. I want to play my shit natively to the, it is what it is, But that is the future. Probably from a lot of different companies, you know what I mean? But you will always have a more or less a standard console, I presume, you know what I mean? And you also asked me, was that, Microsoft, took off a couple of years. Will that mean with the start of the next generation? You said, do you think Microsoft's preparing to launch their next Xbox with a great launch lineup? I should hope so. Here's the thing with Microsoft. Microsoft always starts off strong, with their exclusive content. Hit the like button. We have a little fun here now. Time for the fun part of the show. They always start off the generation with a lot of hardware. I mean, a lot of they exclusive, and they always run out and win. You know what I mean? They always start off fast at the beginning of the race. But there's an old saying, it's not how you start the race, it's how you finish the race. Sony kind of traditionally always starts off slow, and they pick up steam towards the end. Microsoft starts off fast, and then fall by the wayside towards the end. Did the same thing the last generation. At the beginning, you had Gears, Halo, Blue Dragon, Lost Odyssey, 99 Nights. I can go on and on. And then to the tail end of the generation, where they were more or less focused on Kinect, you just had, again, Gears, Forza, Halo, and Fable. That's it. For the last 3-4 years of the 360's life cycle. You know what I mean? Games like Alan Wake were few and far in between. You know what I mean? So that's been Microsoft's weak point. But now again, they did fire new studios. So that should help them along with that, when they can release AAA quality games from the start of the year to the beginning. Because normally Microsoft releases their exclusive towards the tail end of the year. September, October, November. You know what I mean? For the holiday season. But Sony kind of more or less going to release all through the year, especially at the beginning part of the year. And then towards the end of the part of the year, during the holiday season, they do these third-party deals. And the big, because when you get the duties, you get the, the Battlefields. And they know exclusives going to take those later on. So Sony is kind of smarter for releasing their games at the beginning of the year. You know what I mean? I hope Microsoft learned from their mistakes. And I want to say this, you know what I mean? And it's for any Sony guy, Nintendo guy. So nobody want Microsoft or Sony, Microsoft or Sony. I wish Nintendo would with the program to fail, because it still and it's better for competition. You know what I mean? You don't want it to be only Sony. You remember how Sony got $600 console? You need 2 jobs to buy it, X, Y, and Z. I don't know why these companies get cocky like that. Same thing happened at the beginning with Microsoft. They got cocky, had a more powerful console than a more expensive console than their competitor. It was $100 more. They refused to take the Kinect out of the box. They were just so, I got you, give me 1 second, Alex. They were just so, pig-headed, you know what I mean? But competition is good, it's great. Now, it has had to come a point where Xbox guys will have to stop blaming Donnie D and Terry Myerson. That shit is getting old, you know what I mean? Phil's been ahead now since 2014. Shit is 2018. You know what I mean? The last 2 years, 2.5 years on the Xbox is not. There's no fucking excuse for that. You know what I mean? And instead of, here's the problem, the big disconnect. Instead of Xbox guys calling a spade, and being honest and calling them out for the foolery and fuckery, they're kind of my little dog shit platforming and telling me that I'm pandering to the Sony crowd. Listen, I'm keeping it funky. A good game is a great goddamn game. You know what I mean? No, Harry Helene, this is why. Listen, Harry, that's why I disagree with you, because you said they shouldn't have only. You said Microsoft should have only bought 3 studios over 5, save the money. The checkbook is open, and I don't care about them saving money and this, that, and the other. The more studios that they have, I mean, they can make games. They didn't embody studio for them to sit there and play with their thumbs. You know what I mean? So they didn't buy them to let them sit there and not do anything. So they bought studios, so they're going to make games. You know what I mean? Now, whether we like those games, will those games say, well, I don't know. But the more, the better. The more studios they have working on AAA titles, that's better for you and I. You know what I mean? I have a high standards. You know what I mean? I told for me being an old school Xbox guy. And that's why I question some of these guys' integrity that have such low standards or great pat. You know what I mean? That's why, kind of coined the term Sony Pony or Wii U weirdos. I always felt like they would take whatever Sony and Nintendo dished out to them. Xbox guys are no same. I mean, they're out there, Lucky Tales is the best thing they ever played, the best platformer. Sea of Thieves, the game of the goddamn generation. You've all heard these things over and over instead of just being honest. How many people still playing Sea of Thieves right now? Be honest. How many people are still playing Sea of Thieves? Not many. Not many, if any. So this is where I'm going with. So, like I said, it's not how you say. It's not about. It is. Don't get me wrong. Power is important, and that was the narrative that started the generation. Again, smart play by Sony for them taking advantage of the whole 1080p, 900p. But when Microsoft dropped, I'm gonna say this again. When Microsoft dropped the box or dropped the plate or whatever you want to call it, dropped the mic or fuck up with the X. Yes, it's the most powerful console in the world. But they depended too much on multiplats to show the difference. And where they still don't have not one exclusive title that fully takes advantage of this system hardware. Not one. Not one. They should have had an exclusive there, day one, that showed the world that this couldn't be done on any other platform. And here's the thing. Even in going into the next generation, it's still going to be this problem. You know why? Because Microsoft has this thing where no gamer left behind. And before I was a fan of that, no, they need to cut when the Xbox Scarlet comes out. They need to cut the umbilical cord on the Xbox S, or maybe just keep the X as the standard. You know what I mean? Because they're still going to not have any games that's going to fully take advantage of the Xbox One X or Xbox One X2 or whatever it's going to be called, Scarlet hardware, if it has to run on the X, the S, or even the standard 2013 Xbox. When Sony releases the PlayStation, this is not going to matter. When Sony releases the PlayStation 5, that's going to be it for the PlayStation 4. Everything going forward is going to have to. I'm not saying that the PlayStation 5 won't be backwards compatible. You get to play those all the title, but everything exclusively wise that's made for that platform is going to take full advantage of that platform. All the juice, whether it's 16 gigs of RAM, whatever the hell is in the box, it's going to take advantage of it. You know what I mean? And it's not going to be like that on the Microsoft side. They still saying that no console, no generation left behind. If I'm still going to be able to play games on, the Xbox One S. If that makes any sense. Xavier Berg said, so the narrative graphics now or gameplay. Give me what game. Listen, real talk. You're my nigga. Real talk. Give me what game for Microsoft that had. Why we can have both? Why I have to choose between graphics and gameplay? It's like saying it's Nintendo shit. Why can't I have both? But give me what game that Microsoft exclusive that's all about the gameplay. What game is this? I'll be waiting for your answer. What game? What game? Name me one game on the Xbox that has great gameplay and name me one game that's came up within the last 2.5 years. Let me hit you right back, chick. I'm on here. I'm almost done. Right back. Name me one game. What game? Can you answer me? No, where you at? I do much. I had to fix the title. I don't error. You answer me? Terror, Randheld, what the hell? State of Decay 2. What? Oh man, I'm done with you, bro. You see, that dude has a VR headset as a thumbnail but reps the Xbox. Shout out to Michael Pruitt. Talking about, I guess he's talking about, who you talking about? Xavier Bay? Hey, I don't know what the hell, man. But listen, man, like I said, damn, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, hey, listen, hey, Dragon, man. Listen, I want you to do me a favor, bro. I want you to go lay down, man. You're a little dizzy, man. A little dizzy. He says Phil's directive is to put games on mobile so those days of Xbox greatness are done. Sony will continue to build momentum next gen. Phil will devalue the Xbox. Gamer M, I hope that's not the case. And again, Sony's, let me say this again. What makes it look so bad on Microsoft's side, because we don't have any exclusive, Sony's, right now they have a few billion-dollar franchises, and they are actually a mobile game. Let me show you guys something. And it just looks so bad on Microsoft's side of things is because they haven't had anything else. But let me show you something. Let me screw where the hell is new mentions. Hold on, let me show you something. Show you something. Let me show you something. Copy. Let me show you this. Sony's second billion-dollar franchise, because it's very important to have IPs that are billion-dollar franchises are put square. Sony's secret smartphone hit, and now it's a billion-dollar business. So this, again, I'm gonna say this again. Just don't think that it's Microsoft that's getting into mobile or you know what I mean. It just look a little. I mean, things just seem like I'm gonna be honest. Some, like, I won't say blown out of proportion or because Microsoft haven't had anything on their side, you know what I mean, as far as exclusive content, you know what I mean. But all of them are doing it, you know what I mean. Like I said, don't like you said, you know what I mean. It's the nature of it. This business is about making money. The whole about who sells the most, and that's just a fanboy side of things, and you know what I mean. It's about who makes the most money. So it's in the business. Trust me. Sony would rather sell less than make more money. You know what I mean, or whatever. If it came down to just selling less and we're making more money, that's what it's all about. The bottom line. Hey, I got you, dog. Gamer in. There you go, my man. Appreciate it. So I say that to say this. Now next year, next generation, it's all on Phil. Everything's on Phil. So if it doesn't work out, or because I told you where I'm at right now, you know what I mean? I feel like this platform, especially as a late, no longer has my best interest at hand. You know what I mean? They don't. Just some of the decisions that have been made. You know, no AAA games the last 2.5 years. There's only but so much a game could take. You know what I mean? Going into next generation, we got these 5 brand new studios, right? So we're gonna see. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? We're gonna see. You know what I mean? We're gonna see at the end of the day. But you know what's crazy though, right? Because with Xbox guys, more or less. Hold on, let me send my man Baby the show. I'm gonna send you the link, here, brother. I'm gonna send your ass the link. Hold on, I'm gonna send my man the link. I'm gonna let him come here and defend some of the shit he's been saying. Hangouts. Video call. Copy. Yeah. Here you go. Broadband. Well, here you go. Here's the link. I sent you the link, bro. You can come in here and defend yourself, man. You can, you know what I mean? You sounding crazy as hell in that chat. So, like I said, you know what I mean? We're gonna see. You know what I mean? There's no more excuses. Ain't no Tony Myerson. You said Phil got a seat at the table. And when I told to be honest with you, a lot of the decisions that have been made that's been very unpopular, like true Xbox exclusives. You know, no marketing, no theme, all that shit came under Phil. So now Phil got the keys to the castle. We're gonna see. Now I got my man Dragon Bay coming in here, Dragon Moore, and we're gonna see what he's talking about. We're gonna see what he's talking about. We're gonna see what he's talking about. See if he can come in and defend some of this stuff here. What game made you say I need an Xbox for? I mean, here's the thing, bro. I'm a Gears of War fan, so of course I'll say I just like to have the best of everything. So if Microsoft does come out with something that I like, I'm there. You know what I mean? Never. I mean, if you're into Forza, I love the Forza Horizon series. I think it's dope. The Ruham, the brother said, I think they should make the games for the Scarlet and scale them down to the Xbox. What do you think about that, Z? I'm with you 155% with that, right? But again, Microsoft is going to make it for the PC first, scale it down to the Scarlet, and then scale it to, you know what I mean? If you listen to what Rod Ferguson said, Gears of War 5 was made from the ground up for the PC. See, you understand what I'm saying? You know, and you look at Ghost of Tsushima, they're not making it for a GTX 1080 Ti. That's made strictly for the Pro. Built from the ground up. You get your mic together. The mic is popping.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. You listen to me, bro. I ain't gonna lie, you sound kind of spooky in that chat, bro. What you talking about now, bro, fella?
No, man, it's not as bad as you think, man. It's, I just wanted to see what the message was going forward. I'm a broadband bully, so, bullying niggas is what I do.
Okay, all right.
So, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of these cats was talking real greasy. You know what I'm saying? So just to answer a couple of your questions from earlier.
Okay, give it to me.
the narrative did change. Yours may not have changed, but I guess the gaming universe as a whole did change, and we know that. You know what I mean? So to say that, oh no, man, it's never changed. Of course it changed. It changed again. That's why Microsoft bought studios, because they knew, okay, exclusives matter.
Okay, let me ask you a question now. All right, now this
Yeah.
this we got to be the real part of when has an exclusive never mattered?
At the beginning of the generation.
Says who?
Says Sony.
Yeah, says Sony.
Yeah. You know how they said it?
What?
By not dropping as many exclusives or as many high quality exclusives at the beginning of the generation. Or what was the quote? Our exclusives are sparse.
Okay, all right.
What is that?
What
the fuck is going on here?
Hey, we got Nethus. We got to jump the fuck out of this league. Hey, Dragon, turn your mic down just a little bit.
No problem.
Turn it down a little bit. Okay. All right, Nethus.
What up?
My man Dragon came out and made some outlandish claims.
I see.
He said that exclusives ain't never mattered. And I'm just be honest with you. Forget the whole fanboy. Exclusives, I'm saying this again, has always given the console its identity. Now, now Sony, what Sony did, they leaned more on the multi-plats to carry their thing until they got their shit together on the exclusive format. But they're still doing third-party deals, theme consoles. They got Red Dead Redemption marketing deal. They got Call of Duty marketing deals. They still got 2K marketing. They still got the biggest multi-plats as far as marketing deals. And they still got the better exclusives.
Yeah, that's very true.
Wait,
I want to go ahead and address
the...
Oh, is there an echo in here?
Wait, let me see something. Say something again.
I think it's from Noah. Or no, not Noah. Dragon.
What's up?
I think you're echoing. You get the podcast in the background?
Oh yeah.
No, my mic was muted.
I say something again now. I don't know.
No, his mic keeps going every time we talk.
All right. Let's see. Make sure they mean it back. They want to hang. What else? Yeah, echo. Yeah. I don't know where it's coming from. Do me a favor, both of you guys, hop out and hop back in.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna send a brand new link. I'm gonna close this one out. Hello. Yeah, it's going now. They're going. I don't know what the hell it's going now. I mean, send a brand new link.
Next gen, can you hear me?
Yeah, I could. Hold on 1 second. Hey, give me 5 minutes. I'm finishing up this show. I got you. You hear me? Oh, I got you. Wait, hold on. Shit. Hello? Oh, what the hell? All right, yeah. Let me send him another link. Hold on. Hey, Hey, give me 5 minutes. I'm gonna call you right back on the air. I'm closing out the show. All right. Let me get these guys the link. All right, I sent them another ring. You said this is why you should never invite random jobbers. Nah. All right, okay.
Is there an echo?
Nah, you good now.
Okay, I don't know what the hell that was. But I just want to go ahead and address what he said when Sony said the exclusives didn't matter. Well, if exclusives truly didn't matter, then why do they keep showing a bunch of exclusives every E3? Why did they keep showing their roadmap for the future every E3? They kept showing Uncharted 4 and great games like that.
Yeah.
If exclusives truly didn't matter, then why would they bother investing into that shit? And then saying their exclusive list is sparse by the end of the year, that's just pointing out the fact that, yeah, their exclusives is sparse for the end of this year.
Yeah,
I'm not damage controlling for it, but that's what their statement is.
That sounds like damage control, though.
No, he didn't hear he didn't hear the first part of your statement. Tell him you said the exclusive didn't matter. He wasn't here for that. Tell him again, Needles.
Okay, you say exclusives don't matter, and that might be true in your mind.
No,
but...
correction. No.
Okay.
I said
Sony said exclusives.
He said
matter, right?
I said that the whole narrative at the beginning of the generation. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is that it was about the power and that exclusives didn't matter since Microsoft had more exclusives at the beginning of the generation. Tell me it wasn't about the 900p, 720p, 1080p, and all that. Tell me it wasn't about that.
From Sony? Or from... okay, all right, here's
hold on.
Okay, you
that's
got it.
Fact,
hey,
that's a fact.
Hey, Needle, listen, I'm about to hand you the gloves of Thanos. I want you to mash this nigga out right quick. I'm gonna hand you the glove, all right? You got this? Now tag me if you need some help. All right, you got it.
All right.
Well, he gonna be on standby, Z, because he gonna need your help.
All right, let's see it. Needle got this.
Okay,
shit.
I'm not even gonna deny it. Power mattered. The whole 900p to 1080p thing was completely overblown. I'm not gonna deny that. As an Xbox fan, it was annoying. But at the end of the day, if exclusives weren't also a main focus, why was Sony showing their roadmap every fucking E3? Why did they keep showing off Uncharted, Horizon? Why did they keep showing off all these games? If exclusives really didn't matter, they would have just kept showing only third party and shit. They would have only talked about power. They still say shit like only on PlayStation. Like exclusives are a big thing for Sony. Even in the beginning of the generation, their games weren't ready. Yeah, so they have to use third party support, talk about power because that was their advantage at the time. But at the end of the day, they still always had exclusives, and they showed you they're coming out eventually.
Get them, Needles.
So what is your response to that?
Okay, well, my response is simple. How many times did they show the same exclusive every E3? They didn't show different exclusives every E3. They kept showing the same main three every E3 until the game came out.
Absolutely.
So it's not so many exclusives. You know, it's not that at all. But let's be honest. What is this? This is how we trade our games. Or 1080p makes you a better gamer. Wasn't that Sony that said that?
Using their advantages. At the end of the day, it's a competition. 1080p perceive them as the more powerful console. People can understand.
Oh, but they weren't talking about exclusives then. Sony was saying 1080p makes you a better gamer, not playing Horizon Zero Dawn makes you a better gamer. Playing Sony exclusives make you a better gamer.
You're twisting it, though. You are twisting it. You're saying
that's what they did.
On power. No, they focused.
They only focused on power.
Get them, on all their advantages. Power was an advantage for them. Of course they use that. You'd be dumb not to. Like Xbox is doing right now.
Well, how is Xbox saying? I mean, what is Xbox saying about the power of the X? Like, what is the actual narrative? What came out of their mouth?
Slogan. Played best on
Focus
Xbox.
Is what?
Played best on Xbox. That's their new slogan.
Right, but it didn't say it's more powerful on Xbox. It just say it plays best on Xbox. That could be anything.
Isn't that really the same?
That could be anything. No, it's not.
Oh my god.
Playing better can be frame rate. No. We're not talking about graphics now. We're talking about how the game plays. The game simply plays better on Xbox, meaning 9 times out of 10 is going to be a more stable frame rate or a higher frame rate. It didn't say it looks better on Xbox.
Didn't Phil Spencer say the Xbox One X was built for all your third-party support, the best place to play all your third-party games? Didn't he say that the best place to play all your games was the Xbox One X?
And it is
ahead of Xbox.
It is, but that doesn't necessarily mean graphics, though.
Oh shit! How does that not?
I didn't hear. I didn't hear it shows better. I didn't hear it looks better. I heard it plays better. When I hear plays better, that to me says gameplay. That means 60 frames. That means 30 frames stable.
So they
no glitches, no tearing.
They weren't pimping out 4K. Wasn't that their huge slogan?
Well, of course, because the majority. Yeah, but let's be honest. Resolution is not graphics. Remember?
It's not.
Who said that? So why did you bring it up? We're talking about graphics right now.
You brought up Sony 1080p.
We're talking about. Well, because that's what Sony said. We're talking about, was it about
told you, Xbox
graphics?
Is kind of doing what Sony did at the beginning of the generation. They're using their advantages.
But their advantage is still not graphics.
Consoles,
right? We just got through watching Z show Ghost of Sashimi or Sushi, and that shit was slow as hell. So it looked amazing. I'll give it to you. It looked
amazing,
gorgeous. But that shit moved at like 20 frames a fucking second. That shit was slow as fuck.
Oh, wait,
Let's be honest.
What kind of, you
it was slow.
Turn your mic down just a little bit. You turn that. All right. Not you, Nethos. You're fine.
Yeah.
Dragon got that.
How's that? Is that good?
Look, he got that.
Is that a little better?
Just a little pinch more. He got that motherfucking Black Baron mic right now. You know a nigga losing the argument. You know a nigga losing the argument. You hopping with the loud mic.
Yeah, but at the end of the day,
how's that? Is that better?
Yeah, that's a little bit better.
Yeah.
But basically, these companies, they're going to use every advantage they have on their side to promote their console. You can't expect them not to do that. Like, you can't expect Sony, after releasing a brand new console, not say, hey, look, we're cheaper and more powerful than the competition. Why would they not use that? And you keep saying the games didn't matter because they were promoting that shit, but at the end of the day, they kept showing their games like I told you. And Xbox...
No. And Nito, once again, that's not me saying that. That's not my argument. Of course the games matter. That's why Microsoft came out the gate with a shit ton of them.
But
that's why Microsoft came out the gate because they said games does matter. What I'm saying is the narrative has completely changed. It changed from, oh, it's about the games to, oh man, that shit is weak. Oh man, 900p? Are you serious?
Yeah, but is that Sony saying that to you, or is that fanboys?
1080p makes you a better gamer.
Fanboy banter and make that into Sony
1080p
saying that
makes you a better gamer, right? Wasn't that Sony that said that?
That was
I didn't hear a
Sony
fanboy say that.
As I said, they were using their advantage. But people saying like, "Oh, it's 900p and gross," that was fanboys. That wasn't Sony.
No, I'm just talking. Hey, I don't live in fanboys. Like I don't. I'm talking about what Sony themselves was pushing, and when they pushed that narrative, the media got behind them because see, it starts from the top
Just
down.
like when Mike
Sony puts the message out, the media jumps on it and push that narrative to the fanboys. The fanboys then regurgitate that out to the public.
And you
I understand that's how this works.
Xbox, don't you? Don't you see Mike Ibarra like quote Digital Foundry shit? Like, look, the X, it plays better on the X. Look at the 60 FPS option, and then they go to the fanboys like, yeah, our X is superior than that shitty 1440p Pro, the Pro-tato.
Oh shit!
Like at the end of the day,
I ain't never heard no Pro-tato. That's lame as fuck. But what I'm saying is, let's be honest here. All I'm saying is that the narrative, every time Microsoft makes a move, the goalpost gets moved. Not by Sony themselves. I'm not saying that. I mean, of course, you expect that from your competition. Of course.
Yeah.
What I'm talking about is when you now have a media machine behind you, and the media machine regurgitates that same talking point. Because let's be honest, how often does Sony get on TV and say something? Once a year, and that's E3.
Catch your question.
But who are all the people that have been dragging that message? We're talking about the giant bombs, the Kotakus, the GameSpots. You know, you can't find the fucking A button.
Hey, Dragon, let me ask you a question. All right.
Yes, sir.
Hit the like button. Here, I'm not gonna. I might handicap the match with this one. Hit the like button. I'm gonna ask you a question, Dragon.
Yes.
Do exclusives matter? Oh shit!
In today's world, probably not as much as they used to.
Nigga, do exclusive content matter? Where you find what Microsoft has given you within the last 2.5 years, exclusive content wise. Now, listen, before you answer that question, anything you say can and will be used against you in a later show. And this is a drug for you.
Man, you gonna read me my rights already, man?
Yeah, I got you. You know what I mean? Listen, I want you to everything's being recorded here. Do exclusive matter?
Okay, so now I gotta be honest. I gotta be honest now.
Yes.
You done put me on blast. Yeah. Okay. Exclusive content does matter. Yes, it does.
Okay.
Exclusive games matter? Not as much.
What?
And you want to? And my proof of that is State of Decay 2 beating God of War. Now, only in Bizarro World would something like that actually happen.
Okay.
Okay. Now I'm not, for like Sea of Thieves. There are 3 million people online still playing that game.
All right.
Right now.
All right. Now listen.
I don't care about that game though. But State of should never in any era in time should State of Decay 2 have beat God of War. I'm just saying. Right, especially coming out of the gate. 3 million strong.
All right, listen. Check it
Day
out.
one, 3 million.
All right, here's the thing, right?
What's up?
State of Decay, $30, right?
Uh-huh.
State of Decay is on how many platforms? They want
State of Decay is on 2.
Huh? Okay, how many is?
It's on 2.
Okay.
God of War, or yeah, it's only on Sony.
Okay.
But
And
then we
one
gotta
month-
ask, if you're gonna ask, hold on, if you're gonna
Yeah.
ask that question, you can't just leave it blanketed like that. How many of the what they sold was on PC? Not that many. I would say maybe 25%. So that still leaves
we don't
Xbox
have any
with this huge 75% gap. It was the Xbox numbers that beat God of War. Not, I don't think they took into account PC.
Yes, they do.
Because PC people don't buy games.
Listen.
PC people don't buy games, bro. They pirate them shits. Everybody knows that. PC Master Race, they can buy a $1,500 graphic card, but can't buy a $30 game. How that work?
But no, I don't. They was both combined. Microsoft.
Right? No, okay.
Gears numbers are combined with the digital sales on Windows 10. Those are Microsoft numbers. Windows 10.
Okay. So then let's go deeper. Once again, the NPDs is based on revenue. In order for State of Decay to make more money than God of War,
that's about
it would have to sell twice as much. But if only 25% of those games on Windows side, let's just take that 25% off and just put the PlayStation against the Xbox. That means they still sold more on the Xbox alone. I mean, the facts. So, I mean, the fact that they brought in the Windows numbers, that was just more fuel to the fire. But that also kills your argument about, my God, it looks amazing. Yeah. Yes, it does. I'll give you that. But how many people are still playing them shits? Those amazing, beautiful games.
I gotta ask Noah.
How many people are still playing them?
I gotta ask Dragon a quick question. When did God of War release?
What was it like? A couple of days or a month or so like earlier? I know there's like a difference of maybe a week or so.
Late April. So why are we comparing the second month state of God of War, which came in second place, right under State of Decay 2, to State of Decay 2's launch month? It's the biggest month it could have.
Okay.
Like, at the end of the day, God of War was handicapped in the comparison, in all fairness. And it's still going up against 2 platforms, too.
No. Why was
State of Decay 2 didn't win. It clearly did.
No. But once again, you see, this is what I'm saying. In a debate, you can't just throw stuff at the wall to see if people like Z, who's going to point at the board and say, nigga, what is this shit? You have to answer that.
Oh, let me pay the bills. Hey, Neethus. Well, read the bills, Neethus.
All right. So Gamer M says, Z asked dude boasting about Sega 2 NPD the question, what's easier to find, Sega 2 in any chart outside of the NPD, or where is Wally and where is
Wally's book?
Wally's book, yeah. Where's Waldo?
Yeah, where's Waldo?
I guess, man, look, we're going to go past that. Tell him to put up another $5 and type the question in correctly. We'll read it again then. Just tell him to pay another $5, Z, and he'll be good. He'll be straight.
He already destroyed you. He'll destroy you again, dude.
No, because that what was it? Where's Wally? Yeah, dude, that was dope. That was a nice comment.
Yeah.
But I get the gist of the question that he's asking.
Yeah, but do you really think
you know what I mean? Like basic.
What do you think? God of War.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Did 5 million in what? What did
1 month?
1 month. 5 million in 1 month.
Okay.
Halo 5 did 5 million in 3 months.
That's true.
All right, so you.
But then again, you got to ask yourself. No. Okay. Once again, we got to unpack it. When was before this God of War? When was the last God of War?
In 2012. God of War
7. So we're talking about a 5-year gap. You ever heard of the term? What is it? Backed by popular demand. That means that when you hold something away from people long enough, they develop a need for it, and then when you release it, it gets like purchased in droves.
Oh, okay.
That's what happened. But if you look at Halo 5, between Halo 5 and Halo 4, or actually I would say between Halo 5 and the Master Chief's Collection, we got to take that into consideration that they were coming up off of a failed Master Chief Collection launch with all the bugs and stuff. So now we're going into Halo 5 with this negative connotation about the game already
That's true.
versus God of War 3, was
That wasn't last-
spectacular.
That was
wasn't
God
last-
of War Ascension, the
that-
worst God of War.
It was God of War.
No. But that was what, PSP?
No,
That was PS3. That was the main entry.
Yeah, God of War Ascension.
Ascension?
Yeah, that was the main
I
entry.
thought that was a PSP game.
No.
bro. So that's how bad it was. No.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Yeah, but I
Well,
think God of War was also tainted.
But it was a 5-year gap, though,
Alright,
between the
But
two.
at the end of the day, what's the difference between God of War and Halo 5? How about we use those two games?
Well, before we answer that question, pay the bills, Nethus.
All right, Sick with the $50. Harry Halim, that's who he is. PS2 had 480p as standard. PS3 had 720p, which was low standard back. Then, and obviously, PS4 and Xbox One should both get 1080p at launch. You late. So I guess he's basically saying the PS4 and Xbox One should at least be 1080p. Any less is unforgivable, but at the end of the day, I think the 900p to 1080p debate's kind of weak anyways, 'cause it's basically the
And
same
you're right.
thing. You can't tell the difference.
Because you're right, because you couldn't tell the difference. But
At
you
the end
could
of the day,
definitely tell the
graphics are
difference
more.
between 1440 and like 4K. You could tell the difference between that. That's what I'm saying. The argument was skewed a little bit, and it was just a matter that the media, like I said, the media was on Sony's side. The media was on Sony's side, and Microsoft came out arrogant.
Like Fonzarelli explained to me, he does it the best. They needed clicks, so they go for drama. What was the drama? Xbox bad guy, Sony the good guy. So that's why that shit happened. They needed the money. They went to Sony and pandered to them because that was a popular crowd. That was who was going to give you the clicks. That was the console everybody was going to. So why would you pander anything to the Xbox? They were hated. Like, the media couldn't stick up for Xbox because it was a hated product at the time. It is what it is.
No, I could tell. But it was also that same media that created the hate to begin with.
Yeah. And also, Gamer M with the $2 there, give $100, let's say, dollars if you can find State of Decay 2 in any EU chart. Europe chart, I believe.
Oh, gotcha.
Well, no, it's all about market.
Count?
When it's but let's be honest, Europeans only play certain type of games: racing, soccer, and probably like gory shooters. Like let's be honest. But you're not going to find too many games that are first-person shooters selling good in the UK. You know what I'm saying? Any of those guys in the chat, post the numbers for any first-person shooter in the UK this entire generation to see if it's better or higher than anything in the US. America is just a bigger market. It's the targeted market. I can't
co-sign any of that European
stuff. No, I'm not asking you to. I'm asking the chat to do it. Tell them to post the numbers.
God of War charted in the UK.
Right, because it's a gory game.
Damn.
There's a lot of blood and guts.
Gamer doesn't even want to donate anymore. He's like, you're too much for this. The pure bullshit coming out of your mouth is too much for him.
Hey, tell him to put some money on the books, all right? This is the gospel of Xbox. We preaching today.
Oh, shit.
You know what I'm saying? Tell him to put some money in the offering.
Hey, we got to get your ass in the multiplayer, bro. Somebody's better.
Yeah, but everybody here on multiplayer.
Mm-hmm.
For sure, man. Hey, I got a vacation coming up next week, man. It's my birthday, so shit, I'll be free.
Yeah, you about to be the new K Mega in there.
Yeah.
Hey, you see what my Twitter handle is?
Mega Mantle.
Hey, I'm far beyond K Mega. You know what I'm saying? I'm far beyond. I'm not an X bot. I'm an X-Tron. Nigga, I
He's already off to a good start.
Yeah. But here's a question: do you think State of Decay is going to chart next month?
No.
Oh yeah, no, fuck no, bro. You serious? Yeah. Get the fuck out of here.
And that was the real.
No, it's not going to chart.
God of War made the chart twice, and it was second place the second month it was out. State of Decay 2 isn't doing that.
See?
Right, but once again, but the competition just wasn't there. It just wasn't there. You know, God of War charted. I would even say this. What about Detroit?
That's a good game.
Detroit was a new IP.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
right?
I'll admit it completely lost State of Decay 2. It came in third place, and it's launch month as well.
You know what I mean? But once again, like I said, it's because at the end of the day, the media only kicks out, oh man, this game looks amazing. Never mind the fact that it moves slow as all hell, or you basically got to sit back and watch it play out. You know, gamers nowadays want to be fully engaged in a game. Yeah. God of War, fully engaged.
Yeah.
That must sold like hotcakes. Detroit, yeah, not so much. Didn't sell like it's supposed to.
Well.
I mean, it's still games are going to do well. You're sitting on an 80 million, stack. You know what I'm saying? You should at least been able to get 1%.
So, as we discussed with the Crab Gamer, he said 80 million PS4s. That's why God of War sold so well. But then you look at the Nintendo Switch and you see Mario selling 10 fucking million in its first year.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
Of course that's going to happen. It's a new. Hold on.
It's
Nethos, no. Nethos, you my boy. You're my boy, dude. You know what I'm saying? But let's be honest. The Switch is a new concept. So, of course, it's going to draw people in because it's new hardware. And let's be honest, who's not going to buy Mario? What Nintendo fan is not going to buy Mario?
We saw what happened.
Yeah, but let's be honest. Come on, dude.
How many Marios are there?
2 or 3 Halos. There was at least 2 or 3 Halos. And then on top of that, Halo came off of a very bad launch with the Master Chief Collection.
And Mario
I knew it wasn't going to sell. Yeah, but that was a totally different Mario. Like, let's be honest. The Mario Odyssey versus the previous Mario on the Wii U, dude, that's not even the same game, bro. But Halo 4 on the Master Chief Collection versus Halo 5. Of course it was. So, of course, it's going to do better now that it's on new hardware.
Yeah, but
I mean, the argument can't be made.
I get it, but the Switch was at 17 million consoles, roughly around there, and Mario still managed to sell 10 million units.
That is the #1 franchise in the world.
Around 20 million Halo 5 dropping, and that sold 5 million in 3 months.
That's true. And then you got God of War dropping on a stack of 80 million.
Yeah, but
you see what I'm saying? You see the numbers? The numbers are actually tilting in the favor that we're arguing. But no, the Switch's excuse is that it's new, it's exciting, it's fresh, it's what's buzzing right now, right? Let it be out for like 3 or 4 years, and without any hardware refresh, without any external graphic card update. Then let's go back. Then let's revisit how many Zeldas get sold with 35 million. You see what I'm saying? If it still only sells a small amount, then that lets you know that maybe that's just what their capacity is. Maybe they can only sell 5 million, or with the exception of Mario, but Mario is the #1 franchise, period. I don't give a fuck about Mario. I don't care about Mario. I haven't played Mario game in like 20 years.
Yeah, I got
you know what I'm saying?
But Gamer M says, but Detroit is all over European charts. This dude is a clown. And Michael Peru says 80 million unique gamers.
They want to hang.
Okay. Versus 80 million unique gamers? 8 million versus 80 million.
How can we talk about these install bases when Xbox games are on PC? How many fucking PCs are there?
Right, but how many people buy Xbox games on PC?
We don't know.
Well, actually, we do know.
You have to just guesstimate the math.
Yeah, but you know by the Xbox numbers versus the overall numbers, you could do the math on that. Remember, A plus E, A plus B solve for C. That's normal.